So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to use your green hat thinking to design a bridge. You're going to think of the materials. You're going to think, how could you make those materials strong?
In Ms. Susan Day's class at All Faiths Children's Community School, Year 1 students use one of the tools from the Thinker's Toolkit, the thinking hats, to facilitate their thinking as they engage in different learning activities.
So you need to listen very carefully for your groups. Listen very carefully to what we're going to be learning today.
Students are grouped for differentiated activities. One group will design bridges, while the other will go on an outdoor expedition to examine insects or mini beasts in their own environment.
If you are working with Miss Jackson, you are going to be learning which habitats different mini beasts live in. And you're going to be using white hat thinking to go out on a mini beast hunt and search around the copse area to see which mini beast you will find. So you're using your white hat for information.
Although the activities and content are different, using thinking hats helps both student groups choose a viewpoint through which to explore, understand, analyze, and create.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is use our white hat thinking to find out what we already know about bridges. So you might want to think about, where have you seen bridges? What bridges are used for? What are bridges made of? Why do we have bridges? What do bridges have to do? Do they have to be strong? Do they have to be weak? What shape are bridges? Turn to your top partner and use your white hat thinking to come up with lots of ideas.
Bridges can be made out of metal or bricks. We go over them in different ways. We can drive and we can walk. The bridges over here have like, it looks like a tunnel that goes
Okay. What do we already know about bridges?
Some bridges could go like that and collapse down again. Sometimes bridges can go over train tracks.
Oh, so train tracks can run over bridges as well. How interesting. So I'll write down train tracks. That will remind us what you said.
If they're not strong enough, they might collapse.
Today, I'm going to give you a challenge. Okay. You're going to work in pairs and you're going to use thinking hats to build a bridge. Sellotape down, you're going to test your bridge and you're going to use your yellow hat thinking to evaluate the strengths of your bridge. You're then going to use your black hat thinking to tell me what wasn't so good about your bridge. So it might be, it broke because I made it of paper. Then you're going to think, using your green hat, about how you could improve your bridge. How could you make that bridge stronger? And then you're going to test it again.
Ms. Day has provided students with cardboard, paper, sheets of plastic, fabric, and straw. Students will design and draw their bridge first and then build with the provided material.
This is a thinking activity where they not only have to be creative and think of new ideas, but they have to test their ideas using yellow hat and black hat and then actually be able to improve their ideas. So they're moving on to the kind of next level of being able to look at something and kind of evaluate and improve. Which materials are good to use?
We're going to use some like plastic pieces of that paper thingy.
Right.
I think we might even use some of those straws to give it like a little bit of strength on the top.
Well, they can use red hat when they're finished. How did it feel to work through a project like this? Was it frustrating? Was it fun? Did you like persevering, or would you have just rather that I told you how to do it? What things do you think?
I did on top. I did that. Yeah. How many of this? We need one piece. Oh, but cardboard doesn't give a really nice cut, but we can still use that just because it's quite strong.
Right. Have you built your bridge?
This is just like at home when I'm trying to make something and I don't even know how to make it, so it always ends up as a disaster.
While Group 1 works on their bridges, the second group of students with a teacher's assistant look for insects and use clipboards to record where they find them.
Where? Oh, I can see it. See it. On the front, under a log. I'm going to do... There it is. It's coming. Where's the worm? Where's the worm? There's a worm there, just there. You drop it down. Can you see anything? Listen. Can you see anything there?
You've got to put ants and spiders. Did you all write down ants underneath the log?
Spider. Under a stone. Spider. Daddy Longlegs. Where's the spider? Daddy Longlegs? Yeah. I saw Daddy Longlegs as well. Whoa, wait. No, this little creature here. I am quite strong, but don't worry, I'll play. I found lots, didn't we?
When the students return from exploring the schoolyard, they settle at their tables to draw pictures of what they saw and to imagine and draw their own mini beasts.
And they were using their white hat thinking to find out, to gather information about which mini beasts live in particular habitats. And that thinking activity will then feed into their next lesson in science when they look more specifically at how those mini beasts are adapted to look in each environment. At the table they're using their green hat thinking, so this is creativity and new ideas. So this is just a purely thinking activity where they're going to use their knowledge of everyday mini beasts to create a brand new mini beast. So because children are encouraged from nursery to be as independent as they can, and then we give them opportunities when it's developmentally appropriate to work collaboratively together, and it's creating a culture within the classroom of sharing ideas, making sure that all ideas are respected, all ideas are valued, and that enables the children to work really well.